We've got some tough email questions just for you, Pat. Dennis writes in and says, Pat, when walking on a treadmill, which do you think is better, increasing the time or the incline? I want to maximize my workout. Which one do you think, Pat?
I think it's neither one. I mean, it's the incline will give you a little bit more strenuous workout, but at the same time, you get the distance, and when you do distance, you build up your endurance. So mix them up. That's the best way to go.
You know, when I work on the treadmill, it gets really, really boring. So one of the things that I do is every minute I increase the incline, and so. If I'm on for 5 minutes, I'm on incline number 5, and it gets your heart rate up, and you actually burn more calories, and then your workout time is much less. Okay.
You mix them up, though. Yeah. I mean, you can't go as long on the incline, so you want both.
Exactly. Makes you sweat, I tell you that much. Sandra writes in and says, I heard your recent report on the negative effects of high fructose corn syrup. I've realized that a lot of the foods I buy for my family have that ingredient in it. How do I even begin to cut this out of our diet, and what is a good substitute?
Sandra, the only way you can handle this thing is to read the labels. Be very careful. A number of times my wife will bring something home, and I said, did you read the label? No, I didn't have time. It just looked good, and I pulled it off the shelf. I said, did you see this thing has 860 milligrams of salt in it, for example? It's got high fructose corn syrup. You look at the soup, it's got MSG, and you just have to watch these things, and the best way is to go for fruits and vegetables, natural. And a lot of frozen foods, by the way, do not have all that junk in them. I mean, they freeze them right off the farm or wherever, and that's the next best thing. But once they start putting them into cans and treating them and giving them preservatives, then you get all these bad effects. Okay.
Exactly. That story that we just saw a reporter Mia do. She did a little grocery store segment. Well, I remember I did that a couple years ago, and they said that if you just walk on the perimeter of the grocery store, you're always safe because you've got the meat, the fruits, the vegetables, and the milk, and you're fine. Just stay out of the middle aisles and you're good to go. And you'll miss all the sodium, the high fructose, everything else. Felicia writes in and says, Pat, I've heard you talk about protein shakes. How much protein can a person have in a day? And how good is a protein shake? I was thinking of trying it, but I wanted to ask first because I'm a very cautious person.
Well, let me tell you, I'm glad you asked. I have a robust living weight loss challenge that has the formula for my shake, and it is a tremendous shake. It is balanced, as David Hawk was saying, between protein and carbs, and a certain amount of the sugars. Now, here's the deal. For every for every kilogram of weight, which is about 2 pounds, you want 1 gram of protein every kilo. Some people want to match it 1 for 1 pound of fat or flesh on you and 1 gram on the other. But the rule is, so about 0.6 of a gram per pound, and you've got it, something like that, half a gram. And what you need is enough to how much you weigh. You weigh 200 pounds, for example. You ought to have 120, 150 grams of protein a day. And you can spread them out over 3 or 4 meals, but that's what you need.
Okay, so as you're sitting there talking, Pat, I was thinking instantly of 4th and 5th grade when they would have those problem solving, and they would have like the grams and the milligrams and all that stuff, and instantly I was like, oh Lord, that's just so much math. I'm like, can't you just tell me to eat 3 pieces of chicken a day and I'll call it a day? No?
It depends on how big the chicken is.
I know, right? Okay.
A skinny chicken or a fat chicken?
I know, right? How about a medium and call it a day? All right, Terry writes in and says, or Jerry, sorry. My wife and I are looking around for a fitness center to join in our area. We're both fairly new at this, so we're not even sure how to decide. They're all about the same price, but we still need to visit them. How can we decide which one is best for us? And I'm also afraid that we're going to pay and go for a while, but then just let our motivation fizzle out.
Well, that'll often happen. So I recommend that you get them to give you a free free workout to test it. Look at the place. Is it clean? Is it well lit? Does it smell bad? Look in the restrooms. See, are they dirty? Are they clean? Do they clean the equipment? Is the equipment all beat up? Is the staff friendly and helpful? Are they sour and dour? And,
what kind of gyms have you been going to, Pat?
You ought to see some of those. I tell you, when I was boxing in prep school, it was the nastiest place you ever saw in your life.
Lord.
It was horrible. So anyhow, we try to do better.
Well, I'll just make sure I don't go to those kind of
Well, they ask you, how do you pick one? That's how you pick it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm with you.
Be careful going to the, YMCA, back lot or something. Well, I guess that's all the question we've got, but thank you so much, and I hope you find the right one.
I'm sure they will.
At the Founder's Inn, there is a lovely gym.
See?
And it's fragrant. They have fragrant candles and stuff down in the men's room. It's beautiful.
Well, fragrant is a good thing if it's a good fragrance.
Fragrance is a good thing, and we have fragrances because you don't want a lot of hot, smelly people. Well,
so
we
gross.
leave you today with these words from Psalm 57. I will praise you, O Lord, among the nations. I will sing of you among the people. For great is your love, reaching to the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the skies. That's all the time we've got for Skinny Wednesday. We appreciate our excellent guests, and we'll be back with more tomorrow. Don't miss it. Bye-bye.